My name is Joe Timpanaro, and I'm an educator, and I'm here to post a couple videos that could be helpful to other educators, parents, students, anyone who's interested in motivating urban adolescents. My background is in urban education. That's important to know, that urban education is different than suburban or rural education, mostly in terms of the economic issues my students face and the psychological issues that produces. So I got 10 years of teaching in high school social studies in Jersey City, New Jersey. And recently I moved up to administration when I got my master's degree in urban education with a principal certificate. So one of my jobs is to do what I was doing in the classroom and motivating my students to reach higher standards. I was entrusted to spruce up our discipline policy by getting rid of words like discipline and using more words like intervention, because that's really key. The goal is to modify behavior and to get rid of the behaviors that are self-destructing. And I think I'm pretty good at it. I'm not perfect. Education is science, and I just want to share with you some of the science experiments that I've done that have yielded results. Some of my favorite resources that I can recall would be books like Teach Like a Champion, Teach Like Your Hair's on Fire, Love and Logic, Teaching with Love and Logic, and this homeschool community class that I had at NJCU with an amazing professor. And that's how, step one is how you have to think. Home, school, and community as one thing. Don't separate them. Don't think that as a teacher you're alone and it's your job to fix everything, nor as an administrator, nor as a parent. As a parent, work with the school. Ask for their help. I know that I ask for parent help all the time. So this video, or this video series, I want to name Giving Students a Choice and a Voice. That's what they yearn for, especially as a teenager who is becoming an adult but still feels they don't have any choices, that they're still under control, especially in a school, especially with teachers and administrators who are authority figures. So getting that stereotype of I'm an authority figure and I'm going to do this, and getting students to trust you truly, that you're really there for them and that you really care about them. So my first piece of advice is to be transparent and show that you care. And you cannot be fake about this. Teaching is 80% personality. And if you don't have it, and kids don't trust you for certain reasons, you really just have to open up more. Some teachers do the opposite. Some teachers tighten up more and are a little bit more strict, and some students do respond to that and do rise to the occasion. But by and large, I think a majority of students respond more with true empathy and compassion. And so here we go. School rules, uniforms, and cell phones. You can't do this, you can't do that. These rules are really, really tough for students to deal with. And philosophically, they're wrong. A student should be able to do what he or she wants. However, it's the wanting part that we have to change. We have to change what they want. They want to use their cell phones and feel they should be able to because they feel they're they're adults and they can make the right decisions. Hey, I could be on my phone and scroll through Instagram while being in the classroom. I can listen to music and I can multitask. You can't. You think you can, but you can't. If your attention is scattered and not focused in one place, you're not going to concentrate as well. And so getting students to realize, like, hey, your cell phone is a distraction. I don't want to take it away from you. I want you to have it on you. It is yours. If you ever tried to take a student's cell phone away, good luck. They don't want you to. They're going to fight to keep it. So I want students to hold on to their cell phones, but to teach them to not want to use them while, let's say, the teacher is instructing, or while they're having a conversation one-on-one with another human being. And for them to know that if someone's talking to you, making eye contact with you, and you pull it out, and that's rude. So there's tons of reasons why cell phones in the classroom, in school, are bad. My students are allowed to use it in the lunchroom, and they're trying to use it in the hallways when they have those 4 minutes to get from class to class. And they don't understand that having your head down, looking at your cell phone, bumping into people, having headphones on, not hearing announcements, and important information that they need. All right, so I'm trying to get them to have the self-control to know when to pull out their cell phone and when not to pull out their cell phone. And it's not always easy to do. Use that likability. If they trust you, they'll listen to you, and if you explain your actions, they'll listen to you. Maybe not right there and then, and definitely not in front of their peers. You don't want to go explaining something to students in front of other students, because then you'll get students ganging up on you, and there'll be this whole debate that you will have to shut down in order to put your class first. Your class is important. I hear what you're saying. Let's talk about that when it's time to talk about that. And I promise you we'll talk about it, and talk about it as soon as possible, as soon as you're free. Hey, go down in the lunchroom, talk to that kid. Wait till after school, wait till before school. Hey, let's have that conversation. Technology is a great forum. There's so many different apps that you can use to communicate with students, and I encourage you to do that. You know, they can ask you, what was that homework? And sometimes they're afraid to ask face-to-face or in front of others, so they'll want to shoot you a text or an email. And you can use the Remind app for texts if you don't use cell phone numbers. There's plenty of things you can do. My cell phone number's on my business card. Everybody has it. Parents, teachers, community members, doesn't matter. I want to be completely available, and I want to be able to help. And that is a part of what makes me transparent, and a part of what makes me trusted. And I get all sorts of questions and comments through electronic communication. But again, your personality might not want that. So find a way, whether, again, through the Remind app, whether it's just through email. My email's connected to my phone. They come in like text messages, so I can just email back and forth, and it'll be like texting. And you'll get that instant communication. The faster you communicate with a student, the more you'll calm them down, the more empathy they'll realize you have, the more that they will trust you. Lastly, communicating with parents. I love when parents have my cell phone number. Love when parents call me or text me. That's how we stay on top of our students. Bringing homeschool community together and working together on a student issue. Your child feels this way, or the parent might tell you, my child feels this way. And let's say, okay, let's work it out. So the main goal of my discipline policy, or alternative discipline policy really, is to give students a choice and a voice. I got rid of detention. Detention is punishment. Punishment doesn't work. Behavior. Hey, you're out of uniform. Get in uniform. You're not in trouble. There's no detention. Just correct your mistake, show some accountability, and move on. However, if there's something more egregious, they lose control, they curse someone out, I'll go up to the student and say, hey, you did this, now what do you want to do about it? Sometimes they'll deny it. I didn't do it, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. You give them detention, they'll go to their grave like that, and they'll just either go to detention or they won't. However, if you get them to say, okay, you know what, I'll apologize to the teacher, or you know what, okay, you can take points off my participation grade because I wasn't participating properly, or okay, I won't be able to go out for lunch today, or something like that they choose. Sometimes they'll choose, sometimes they won't. They'll say, hey, listen, this is what I think. What if, how about this? And maybe you'll say something more severe, and they're like, no, I don't want to do that. Say, okay, what do you want to do? I don't know. How about I call mom or dad and see what they think? And usually right there and then, you'll get a response. Sometimes they don't want you to call mom or dad, so they'll just come right out and say, all right, fine, I'll do this, I'll do that. And as soon as they choose their consequence, they are accountable, they are admitting what they did, and they're gonna try to fix it. So these are key things. And again, you can use this in parenting, you can use this in schools. This is huge. Sometimes you will have to contact the parent, and sometimes, or most of the time, that is the consequence. You tell their parent what they did, and their parent can work it out. And when they come back to school, you can say, hey, listen, that's between you and your parent. I just want to be transparent, let them know what's going on so that it can stop happening. I want to help you. I'm not calling your parent to get revenge, or I'm not against you. And if you have these conversations, talk to them like human beings, talk to them like adults, the sky is the limit. So something else I want to do in these episodes is call people. Call some parents, call some former students. I probably won't be using current students on these episodes, but getting feedback, getting input, hearing what people think about my ideas, getting their ideas, and let me know. So hit me up if you're interested in being a part of what I'm trying to do here. Microscopic beings, we're cynical and ignorant, but not so